What's up, D-Snakes? Back to another BTAS recap review, guys, Batman animated series, and this episode, Beware the Grey Ghost. That's what we're going over today, and I actually really love this episode. It's one of the best ones in the entire series, and it just introduces this great character, the Grey Ghost. Now, is he an actual superhero? No. He's just a hero that Bruce, aka Batman, admired when he was little, and I really like that added touch to the character, right? Now, is this episode better than Almost Got Him? No. But it's still a really awesome episode, one of the best ones. And how this episode opens up is we see Bruce, right? And he's watching the Grey Ghost. And it's cool how they do it. They have the intro, and you have Batman animated series, the whole thing. Batman takes out some robbers, and then you see him on top of the building with a lightning strike. You know, the classic intro of the series. Then you see the Grey Ghost intro, and that's dope as well. Like, it looks great. I really like it. But you see that, and then Bruce, he's watching it, and his father, Thomas, is like, alright, Bruce, one more episode, then you gotta go sleep. Now, I really like these interactions between Bruce and Thomas, because it's just a father and son thing that we barely get to see. Yeah, we got Alfred. I love the interactions between Bruce and Alfred, but it's also just cool seeing Bruce be so innocent. He's just a child, he's watching a show that he loves, and he's with his father. Like, that's really cool. It's contrast to the whole thing of, oh yeah, Bruce, later on, lost his parents. Yes, he has Alfred, but he still has that burden of losing his parents and pretty much using that as pretty much motivation to fight out crime. Like, I love that whole thing, like, Batman's origin way. Like, it's not a total origin. Like, his origin is obviously his parents died. You all know Batman's origin. But still, the whole thing of how he pretty much used that as motivation to fight crime and make sure nobody else goes through the same thing he does is really cool. But it's also really cool to just see him innocent, alright? Not have that burden that he has to do that. Just see him watch a show that he loves and just smile at it and be like, oh, what's gonna happen next? Oh, the Grey Ghost is taking down the Mad Bomber. Speaking of the Mad Bomber, he's the villain in this episode. Now, how this episode progresses is it pretty much mirrors in the beginning. Like, you see the whole thing of an episode Grey Ghost, you see Grey Ghost trying to stop the Mad Bomber from, like, bombing all these places. Now, you see Batman in the present day, he actually tries to stop bombing at this one place in Gotham, but turns out he gets a note, the same note from the TV show from the Mad Bomber that he's going to strike again soon. Now, Batman's like, alright, he's thinking about this, and he remembers his dream about how he used to watch when he was a kid. He's like, the Grey Ghost, I have to go find this person. And he finds out like this, the person who played the Grey Ghost, the actor, is Simon Kent. Now, Simon, he's not doing so good, right? Like, Simon, he's actually pretty much, he doesn't have a career. He's just pretty much the Grey Ghost, and that was it. And he has, like, his agent who's trying to find a job, but he pretty much can't find anything for him. Everybody thinks of this guy as the Grey Ghost, and he's not that anymore. And he sold a bunch of his stuff. He's actually sold, like, his costume to this one person with this one kid who actually becomes very important later in the episode. But you see him, and he's in his apartment. The person who owns, like, the building is like, hey, your rent's up. Like, if you don't pay your rent, I'm gonna kick you out of here. So he's slowly losing everything, and he's pretty much at the tipping point. So he's gonna be kicked out of his apartment, have nothing, and this is the guy who's a Grey Ghost. So he went from hero to nothing, which is crazy. And you see Batman actually go after him, and he actually comes to him, and he's like, hey, you're the Grey Ghost, you can help me with this whole Mad Bomber situation, and remember what happened in the show. Because it looks like everything is going how the show went. So if Simon can remember what happened in the show, it can help Batman's investigation. But Simon's like, no, I'm not the Grey Ghost anymore, stay away from me. But eventually, he finds out that Bruce is Batman, and Simon's like, oh, wow. So my show actually did do something, because he thought the Grey Ghost thing didn't mean anything. All it was a show. Yeah, he's a one-hit wonder in a way, like he just had a great show, but had nothing else in his life. But hearing Bruce say, oh yeah, I used to watch with my father, watch the show, it really made me happy. Actually, in a way, motivated me, like one of the motivations that helped me become Batman. And this guy, Simon's like, oh, I appreciate that, but still, I can't really help you. I'm not the Grey Ghost anymore. And he takes him back to his apartment. Grey Ghost gives him the tape. Pretty much the episode of the Mad Bomber. Now, Batman's like, you want to help me out? And he's like, no, I'm not the Grey Ghost. Just get out of here. And Batman's like, the Grey Ghost used to be a hero that I would admire. And the guy, Simon's like, well, I'm not him. And Batman's like, I can see that. And this is pretty much like the middle of the episode. It shows that Simon's regretting this. He's like, wait, what did I just say? Like, man, should I help him out? But we see Batman go get some Mad Bomber, and he gets help from Commissioner Gordon, like telling Commissioner Gordon about what's happening in the episode, because Bruce pretty much sits down, he pretty much remembers his childhood, watches the episode, which is really great, and they eventually go to stop this Mad Bomber. But the Gray Ghost comes in to help out Batman, which I really love. This is a whole sequence. You see the Gray Ghost helping out, and Batman just be all happy about it. He's like, man, I'm fighting crime with my childhood hero. Like, that's just so cool. But you see him take down the Mad Bomber. The Mad Bomber is actually the kid at the beginning of the episode, which I said he would be important. And this kid who Simon actually sold all his stuff to, this kid pretty much used it as, oh, I'm going to become a villain and become the Mad Bomber. But Batman, pretty much Gray Ghost, they take him out, and you see Simon then, after this whole thing happens, and seeing the Gray Ghost team up with Batman, Gotham uses this as, hey, the Gray Ghost went from just a boring old show to, oh, it's popular again. So it actually gives Simon a job, and gets him money, gets his life back on track. And how it ends this episode, you see Bruce go up and pretty much signs to some signatures, because he's an actor again, right? And you see Bruce come to him, and he asks for a signature. He's like, hey, me and my father used to watch your show, thank you. And the Gray Ghost, or Simon, looks at him, he's like, no, thank you for watching. Pretty much like that whole relationship between the Gray Ghost and Batman is just so awesome. And see Batman just go so happy about it, it just makes me think of, wow, that's how I get happy when I watch this show, Batman the Animated Series. So I really like this episode. It's very simple in a way if you think about it. It's not very like, oh, complicated or like, oh, phenomenal storytelling. No, it's just simple but really great. Like, it's very effective storytelling. I really like it. And the Gray Ghost as a character, he's really cool. And he actually gets like a reference to Batman Beyond, which is the episode titled Ink. It was actually the third episode of the entire series, where you see like Terry and Bruce go against Ink, and Bruce actually takes out the hat in the Batcave of the Gray Ghost, puts it on. Yeah, I know, that's freaking awesome. And uses wire to take down Ink. Now, I have a whole reaction to that episode that you can check out here, but still, and you can see my reaction to that whole scene. But I just like that Bruce kept that. He pretty much kept that memory with him when he was old. I think all the old shows of like DC Animated Universe is kind of connected, especially this one, Batman Beyond. So just think of it like this, and then go Batman Beyond, and like, oh, Bruce had this great memory, and he still kept it. He kept the hat, he kept the Gray Ghost costume, and that just makes this episode even more important. So guys, overall, I'm going to give this episode a 9.5 out of 10. It's really good. If you're just getting into Batman the Animated Series, check out Almost Got Him, check out this one, and just keep binging. Like, this is an awesome show. I'm going to keep going over episodes on this series. And by the way, guys, just after I release this video, I'll be releasing a poll in the community tab of this channel. Make sure you go to vote, because I'll put 5 episodes that you can vote, and whichever ones gets the most votes, then that'll be the episode I'll be covering next week in the next episode of this series. Now, with the review out of the way, let's get to the DC Comics coming out this week. Now, first off, guys, we got Batman Superman number 10, and it's written by Joshua Williams. And you see the Man of Steel and Dark Knight go against the Ultra Human Knight, a new foe against these heroes. It's going to be a really cool issue that you definitely want to check out. Now, next we got is John Constantine Hellblazer number 8. Now, what we see in this issue is we have pretty much John Constantine protect these, like, sailors from this siren, this other unknown foe that John Constantine needs to take down. So it's a very interesting issue that you may like if you're a big John Constantine fan. Now, next we got Legion of Superheroes number 7, which the story that Brian Michael Bendis has been pretty much brewing this entire series finally keeps, like, getting to its climax, starting to get really interesting, because we see Cosmic Boy and Siren Girl, they're pretty much fighting over who could be like the Legionnaire leader, like pretty much the leader of the entire team. We got Jonathan Kent Superboy, who is pretty much like an intergalactic fugitive, which can be very interesting. And we also get to finally find out who is the strongest character on this entire team. So check this book out. Now, what we have next is Suicide Squad number 7. Now, I've been really loving this series, guys. It's been an awesome series by Tom Taylor. He's a great writer. He does DCs. He did, like, Injustice. But this one is just making the Suicide Squad look really great as a team. This issue really puts the spotlight on Deadshot. You see him finally get pardoned. He finally gets to leave the Suicide Squad and get back with his family, and especially his daughter Zoe. But the family reunion is quickly, like, pretty much interrupted, and it goes not so well. So, how will Deadshot deal with this? Will his family reunion totally get ruined? Will he get back with the Suicide Squad? Find out all these answers in this issue that you definitely want to check out. Now, what we have next is Red Hood Outlaw number 47. Now, in this issue, we see Red Hood, Artemis, Bizarro, Essence take on pretty much a foe that can destroy all of humanity. So it's gonna be a big issue, and also Bizarro versus Trigon. Enough said. Now, what we have next is Wonder Woman number 759. Now, this issue, what we see, Michael Jan jumps on as art duties, where he's a great artist, and he draws Wonder Woman pretty well in this issue, and you see Maxwell Lord return. So he's coming back to pretty much destroy Wonder Woman. So it's a very interesting issue that you should maybe check out if you're a big Wonder Woman fan. Now guys, that's going to wrap up all the comics coming out this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you at least buy one issue this week so you can support the comic book industry and especially support DC. In the comments below, tell me your thought about Beware the Grey Ghost, the episode from Batman the Animated Series. Is it one of your favorites? Is it your favorite? Or just tell me all your thoughts about it. And what do you think about the Grey Ghost as a character? But yeah guys, like the video, give a big thumbs up on YouTube channel, subscribe to my next Batman the Animated Series recap review. And yeah guys, thanks for watching and peace out.